graduated, elevated. Now it's my time to shine, yeah, let's go. Major moves, power moves, take it to the top one time non-stop.
Do you think that, going into higher education breaks the poverty cycle? Looking at our current situation, does that open doors for you, or will I stay broke for the rest of my life?
You're gonna stay broke for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You're also asking me this at a point in my life where I'm literally unemployed.
Okay, that's a very good question too.
Yeah, that's a hard question. Honestly,
it's a complicated answer.
No, but there are two answers for this question.
So currently, no.
Education used to be seen, at the very least, as a silver bullet to get yourself out of poverty. I don't think that's true anymore.
So obviously you go into the PhD with a certain intention. Either you're going to want to stay in academia on purpose, or you already have the intention that your PhD is just something that's going to help you transition into a different market or industry, but at a higher pay than someone without a PhD.
Right, you have people who are extremely educated, who have spent a decade or more in higher ed, becoming trained as scholars, researchers, teachers, who make basically the wages of an entry-level job in some instances.
There was a hard time. There was my share of hard time.
But because industry don't count your experience in a lab, in academia, so they're like, okay, well, you haven't worked industry before. So what they do is, if you're on a 40k postdoc, they now industry to enter. It's for entry-level industry. You're now back at 30 and having to work back up. Yeah. So there is that balance. Obviously,
fundamentally, if the hope is I'm getting a PhD to rise out of poverty, or to make $100,000 a year or even more, I think you're in the wrong career. If that's the only reason.
Okay.
So that's another challenge.
It can get really hard.
I would say that, yeah, it is quite difficult, especially nowadays with the
tuition fee.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We will cry together after this discussion. Literally.
Yeah. I'd much rather be baking. What do you mean we have
to actually work really hard to prove ourselves that we are worthy?
I genuinely understand what it is that you're saying. And I think it is a global pandemic, in the sense of you expect A, but when you get there, it's actually Z. And then
I guess my advice would be, if you do want to go into academia, I think you need to make sure first and foremost that you actually do want it. And you're not doing it just because there's no other option out there. Like some people I know, they go into postgraduate studies because they can't find work.
So we're trying to say that one umbrella does not fit all, right?
Okay, I'm with you. I am listening. Go on.
Well, for me, I wanted to collect all three, honestly. I wanted the bachelor's, I wanted the master's, I wanted the PhD. So I wanted to collect all.
What do you think?
Well, as a scholar who came from, again, a country that was torn by war, it was a European country, but the one that sort of experienced war towards the end of the 20th century. Education for me was a way out into the world of better opportunities, really, and it did open so many doors that otherwise would have stayed closed.
I come from a middle low, for Colombian standards, income family. So this public education, public financed education is 100% escape from poverty for people like me.
Thank you for your response. I spoke to someone in Colombia who's basically said what you said. It is a great debate to say, does education still open doors? Because sometimes you don't realize that it's opened a door for you indirectly. And we complain about the red tape, but sometimes it does open a door because you wouldn't meet that person ordinarily if you weren't in, you know, in that network?
I am happy that I got a job straight out of my degree. I am not sitting here taking on 5 different adjuncting positions to try to make ends meet, right?
No, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for your time, for watching PhD Hard Talk. Thank you to all the guests for literally having a chat with me about their research. It is hashtag project dissemination to the world. I have a cold, so I sound a bit strange and I'd like to apologize. Second thing is hashtag sustainable knowledge to the world. So let us share in love. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody that's like literally subscribed, followed, reshared, retweeted, and told their aunties, uncles, dogs, house, cup about PhD Hard Talk. And the guests, I've learned so much. Children who are left behind, you know, what happens to them? How do they grow? You know, what affects their milestones? Essentially, I learned so much. I think dentistry as well, in terms of our bones. You know, cruising. I didn't even know what cruising was, so that was insightful. Weeds, history, so much. And you know, I'm not forgetting, but there's a long list of people that I've spoken to, Alzheimer's, you name it. So if you think, you know what, I'm stuck on my essay, let me just go on PhD Hard Talk and watch something to inspire me. Feel free. There is so much knowledge, so much expertise. And if you think I want to collab with somebody, go on PhD Hard Talk. Literally, you will find somebody that's in your field that's done something exceptional, and you can share, work together, and create and develop. Let us share together, grow together, develop together. Yes, build a nation through knowledge. We can do it. So my job is to give us a voice outside of academia. Hopefully I'm doing okay-ish, you know, or maybe I'm doing okay. I don't know. But thank you again to those who've subscribed. And don't forget to share, like, and I'll see you in the next series. It's been amazing. I'm going to take some time to get me together, heal the throat, because this cold, oh, I thought it was COVID, but it ain't. It's just the cold. So thank you again.